comes a time when, let's be honest, you've just got to keep calm and crack on. Hello folks, calls 9 o'clock any night of the week. It is time for Isolation's Reach, the Keep Calm and Crack On show. Need to work on that a little now. Hopefully, I'm a broadcasting. Let me just check the digits and the thingies. We have people watching. Yeah, we have chat on the screen, which means Restream has reconnected with YouTube and they're doing their thing. Yeah, so that's glorious. We're going to open up to the Facebookers now. I forgot those at the start. So, we'll get those people from Facebook on in a minute. Don't worry, they're nice. They don't talk that often, but they are nice people, okay? So encourage them. Now, hopefully tonight, Tom won't be capitalising on the screen chat. Now, next thing is I've tweaked the lights a little. They're looking a little bit better on my screens. Let me know if the picture's a little bit nicer. I see people saying hi. I'm glad Mel doing live shows in the week. Need to escape all this at the moment. That's what I am here for. This is the Keep Calm and Crack On show. Now, quite simply, yeah, we're all in the same boat, folks, so I'm doing the same as you. The difference is I'm sort of relaxing broadcasting to you and you're relaxing listening to me. I don't know how that works out. Now, I would like to share a personal victory. Yeah, I did step out of isolation and following government guidelines, I did go to the shop. The shop has been restocked. Look at that. I've got 12 rolls. 12 rolls. Yeah. I don't know why toilet paper is so important during the current crisis, but apparently based on how much it's been selling out, yeah, I've based my survival shopping on what the rest of the populace, yeah, has been buying desperately. So I'm going to be surviving on toilet roll, eggs, milk, bread, beer, yeah, and super noodles. Sold out, super noodles everywhere. Mel, need to put something on the back wall to stop the glare bounce. Is that what it is? Is it a glare bounce, is it? Right, let's see if we can do something without trashing. You know I'm going to trash, and at the end of the day, this is what these shows are about. I am going to trash. Don't. I've got fancy glasses and everything. I mean, look. Do you like my coasters? I mean, this is the dining room. You know, this was supposed to be a dining room, not a film studio. But those are my coasters. Yes, they're coloured ducks. Right. I wonder. That was for cake. The apocalypse hasn't got that bad yet. Can we very quickly, without destroying everything, let's drop that there and we can hang it later. Ah! Let's not do that. Let's just not do that. You muppet. I trust you lot to keep me from stopping doing these bad ideas, you know. You completely let me down on that one, didn't you? Right. I see Facebook. I see Jez. Hello, Jez. I've been watching your live stream, Storyteller. Right. Or a blue screen. Look at Mel with his bog rolls like a gangster rapper. Oh, mate, I'm going to put eggs and bread on the other side. I'm going to be like, look at me. I can survive the apocalypse. It's a doddle. And so the silliness begins. Yes. I realised yesterday, yeah, that the show became very much slow and clip. And I don't want that. Yeah? Odin's saying, sit down and build, Mel. Will you stop telling me off? Now, I've decided that the whole point of this, yes, it is for us to keep calm and crack on. But what we crack on with best is shenanigans. So I'm just going to sort of like be a little bit more upbeat on the streams, I think. The technical stuff is working out. Yeah, have a look at the close cam. I think that's a pretty good picture, don't you? Yeah, now, I've decided I'm going to use these to survive the apocalypse. That's very bright red, isn't it? The intensity on that camera is quite high. I might need to drop that down. Mel, play sexy time music in the background. No, it's a single man's life for me. Sexy time music is not part of my... It's like a trauma of what I'm missing. It's bad enough being in isolation. Like that Puff Daddy fella. Oh, Mel, we have the same keyboard. Yeah, I like a little bit of colour in my life. Mustafa strikes back. He does. You're going to have fun with it. Otherwise, what's the point? Right, we are still talking about terrain and life, aren't we? Yeah, not a single life. Going by what Mel said about his neighbour showing off those rollers is asking to be burgled. Do you know what? It's going to get quite interesting round here, to be perfectly honest. They're running out of beer. And I honestly don't think that the locals have realised that beer is not going to be an essential foodstuff. Right, let me go back to Facecam for a second. There you are. Still need to tweak that. But I think that is, like you say, I think that's more a lighting situation. Perhaps I need makeup. We will have to see. Right, let me get some sprues to declip. Because I want to put some big stuff together. I want to show you some Imperial Guard stuff of mine as well. I don't want to just sit and clip sprues today. Yeah, so let's have a look at some fun stuff. Yeah, I have been thinking about our idea about the Necron Terminator Borg idea for this build. Yeah. Might start a separate YouTube account for my modelling, but only have experience in video gaming YouTube videos. Any experience on how I could film it? Just get yourself a webcam, point at the desk and run it through a feed, mate. I mean, everyone says, oh, how do you do all this? But I just started off with a webcam. And I started talking like this, and then when I wanted to show you something on the desk, I just grabbed the webcam and pointed it down at the desk. I mean, we literally used to say, cameras down. So, if you want to share your modelling on YouTube, this is a perfect time to do it. Yeah, and just do it simple. Yeah, all this fancy stuff, I don't even know why. I think the fancy stuff, I like it. Yeah, and I did those, you know, I did this screen graphic and that sort of stuff. Yeah, I nicked the fonts from Tanya's stuff, but yeah, I like it. As our Jace talk, I left Jace talking with Dave, so I think possibly they're still chatting. We have watched it. Me and the lads are having regular sort of daily sessions, hobby sessions. We have Skype. We have look. Yeah, watch it. It's the apocalypse. That's a flashback camera move, isn't it? Just, isn't it? Just. But yeah, the whole flashiness of all this, and you know, trying to do it professionally. That's just me wanting to do the best job I can, which is just me. You know, and I think with this live show, it was something special. And with it being the first live show from the new home, and you know, restarting the channel and everything, it's what you call it. I wanted it to be something special and revamp. I've got a couple little bit more tweaks to do on the graphics and stuff like that, but I like it. I like where it's going. In my town, I am considered essential. Terrainiacs need their craft supplies, although it's an order online and pick up at the curb. I think, not a COVID cough. I think, what you call it, I think it's going to be, I don't know how it's going to pan out, to be perfectly honest. Yeah. Craig saying, check your Facebook. I think your missus has been messaging me, Craig. Yes, I would love some MDF stuff from Uncertain Scenery, but I've got a bit too much to be building at the minute, mate, so don't be in a rush to get it to me. Although Craig's does have a wonderful castle. That cough will give you weird looks. Here it will only give you weird comments. I'll tell you what, it is actually quite interesting, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, because I saw someone cough at the supermarket today, and the way people stared at them, it was hilarious. Right. Oh, email. Nah, nothing important. Yeah. So, let me bring you up to be, how's your day been? Well, okay, how's my day in isolation? Well, I got up, potted around in my dressing gown for about 3 hours, okay? There's something comfortable about wearing a dressing gown, isn't there, in the middle of the day? And I also realised, yeah, that when you actually look at it and study it closely enough, in all the apocalypse films, it's always the dude in the dressing gown that survives. And I've always associated from a young age, yeah, with Arthur Dent. It is Arthur Dent, isn't it? Come on, guys. Am I right on Arthur Dent? Went with my painting mask to Lidl today. Cashier lady smiled. I've seen a couple of people in masks. I've got one in there, to be truthful. Although the data actually suggests that masks don't actually help you, to be perfectly honest. Yes, Arthur Dent, thank you. So yeah, I'm associating very comfortably with with the dressing gown. But I realised, yeah, I've done that for a couple of days and it's like, ooh, be careful. You know, you can get comfortable in that, and that's the way to depression, to be perfectly honest. I mean, you know, I've suffered with the black dog for a while, and it's like, no. So I was in the shower and shave, get squared away, and I thought, right, you just got one task you need to complete today with regards to the outside world. Go and get some bog roll, if there's some there, because I'm down to like the last few sheets. And I managed to secure my bog roll mountain. Picked up some milk, picked up some other supplies. Came back, I've been looking at computery stuff. They stop you touching face, they help. I find as long as you wash your hands, you know, the face touching thing isn't too bad. I mean, I've disinfected all my surfaces. With being in an at-risk group and being a medic, you know, I don't approach this lightly. You know, I look after myself. The Plague Doctor mask, that's the boy. Jez, don't tell me you've been out in that. Have you got a mask? Yes, I've got a mask. My doctor's daughter uses them over a real mask so she can get longer use out of them. Yeah, but like I've got one that I need to wear if I need to go out. But I planned well ahead, guys. I mean, my cupboards are well stocked. Not hoarding of any one particular thing, but it's like, right, get my foodstuffs in. Yeah, get all my non-perishables in. And I planned ahead. You know, just like moving the studio home so I can do all this and this sort of stuff. Yeah, it's what I do. Right, I'm going to start gluing some big stuff together because I don't want to spend all night clipping, and I don't want to get cramp on my hand. I see loads of people are chatting. Good to have you here. Right, now, with regards to the COVID update in the UK, yeah, everything's gone rather quiet. Yeah, I think our government and our officials, they're working out plans with supporting people with various things. There's little updates. Yeah, but apparently, yeah, with actual sort of big broadcasts, there's been nothing major. And I think that's quite simply the government letting us get used to being in lockdown. Now, yeah, on my personal Facebook, I'm seeing a lot of people in Stoke and the surrounding area saying, the police are stopping everyone and fining people. There's a lot less cars on the road as well. Yeah, so I think what's happening is the state is making damn sure everyone's aware it's going to be a lockdown before they extend it. Now, the reason why I say before they extend it is that we've been told we've had a lockdown for 3 weeks. For 3 weeks, that's how long we're in lockdown for, and they'll review it at the end. Italy has just announced Italy is, I think, 2-3 weeks ahead of us, yeah, on the viral scale, on the viral sort of timeline, yeah, and they've just announced even more stringent lockdowns, Yeah, so it's like, yeah, Mel's going to be doing this live show for a while yet. But I saw it coming, so I didn't read the tea leaves, but the moment I saw the pandemic coming, and I saw the way Italy... Well, to be perfectly honest, the moment Italy mentioned field hospitals being deployed, it was like, I know that plan. Angelo saying, yes, I confirm. Angelo, are you in Italy at the minute, mate? What? Yeah, what's it like over there? See, that's one of the things about the Terrainiacs, isn't it? The fact that, you know, we do connect globally and you actually hear from normal people, not the news. We had a gang of bikers stop by us yesterday. They were all out riding in the sun. I suppose they can if they socially distance. You know, that it doesn't stop you going outside. You can go outside. The UK has said one per day. Yeah, I don't know how they're going to police that. I don't think they can. I think that's more of a recommendation. And I think they will police it if it becomes a problem. I think we're going to have to settle with these rules. Right, Angelo's in Milan. Yeah, so Angelo, what sort of lockdown are you under? What can you do? What can't you do? What your supermarket's like? What your foodstuffs and that sort of stuff? I'm quite curious because basically you're in my future, mate. Where I live has put us on lockdown. We have 23 cases, but only have a population of 60,000. Shops are empty and there's nothing to show and help. Right, okay. We just confirmed local community spread in several parts of South Dakota. Listen, if it is symptoms, I'm already self-isolating. Yeah, and I'm self-isolating for 3 weeks, so chill. I love how on the BBC website, coronavirus off-lice is added to the list of essential retailers. Yes. Yes, we all understand why. Now, I do need to write a little list, don't I? Where's my pen? Oh, there. Right, I need something in the back of here, don't I, to stop the screen glare. Back wall screen glare. So we'll get that done. Right, so let's have a look at the comments. Okay. Okay, Jez is off. He watches with his morning cuppa. Right, okay. Apparently Jez watches the show after, after he leaves. So we've got to stop talking about him, okay? Right, we all know why off-slices are essential. The Norwegian government just extended our lockdown from the 26th of March to the 13th of April. So what's that? 2.5 weeks extended, yeah. In Poland, you can go out, but only out if you have to go shopping or to work. Yeah, the UK is shopping, medical, or essential work. We're still waiting to find out what essential work means. Jimmy saying, the stupid people from the council estate were gathering in my village. Police ordered them home. I slap bang between two big stupid council estates. So, yes, I'm expecting. In fact, I have heard a few sirens, to be perfectly honest. Right. Mel, what's Jez's live stream that you had mentioned? Right, Jez, he does storytelling. He does two things. He does stories, yeah. Story tales. I think he does that about 10 minutes. He does it off his own personal Facebook, and also I think he does it off his his works Facebook, Ancestor Leather Crafts. Yeah, I think I'll have to check with Jez on that. But he also does he reads Tolkien. Yeah, and to be truthful, Jez is great to look at. He looks like he belongs in a Tolkien book. He really does. So it's quite nice to listen, and that's why. So I actually go back and I listen to him. Mike Ashley is trying to get Sports Direct added as an essential business. Danish lockdown extended to the 13th of April. Yeah. In Portugal, we're preparing for 3 months. No more school this year and so on. Yeah, we've heard in the UK, schools are closed now and they could be extended into, into the next academic year. So they might not open in September. Private companies still have the choice to keep working, but it recommends. Listen, guys, if you're going to give me information about what it's like, just start with regards to the COVID thing, because we do this. You know, we do share what's going on in the world. Start your message with where in the world you are, what country, or if you're in the States, or what state you're in, that sort of thing. Yeah, because when people say, oh, this is happening, it's helpful to know if it's happening in my country or some other country, if you know what I mean. And I think that it makes it a little bit more relevant while we ask these questions. Do recommend the free app LibriVox for audio stories during this time. I think we're all going to. I think we need to sort of settle down. Do you know what I mean? I think we need to actually say, sod it, bugger it, let's just relax. You know? I think after this, I'm going to jump on Amazon and order myself some books. In fact, I'm going to throw some on my Amazon wish list, which is linked down below. And you can buy me some books to get me through this. Right, on that, yeah, we haven't had any dingles on screen, but I do see PayPal. Now, there are the people, yes, we have received. We have received, you wonderful supporters. So, oh yeah, I see Odin's just chipped in. We've not had a notification though on screen, have we? Why not? Where's my alert box? The alert box is set up. The alerts should be working. Yeah, I've not got the alerts paused, I don't think. So I'm not quite sure on that, guys. I'm not sure why we're not getting on-screen alerts. It could be a tie-in thing. We do know there's been issues. Yeah, so we'll just have to keep about that. So I'm going to have to go old school. Right. Before I dive into shouting out these wonderful people who keep supporting the stream and support what I'm trying to do here and keeping you guys entertained and giving people something to do. Yeah. What have I done with the money? I think we should call this section. Right. PayPal never showed on screen, only Streamlabs and chat. Right, okay. Sure they did, but we'll have to check on that. Right. Is Tanya in the chat? Has she woken up yet? Angelo, if you wanted to get out, you must compile a form with the reason why you were out, where you are going, and all the personal details. Sports like running or in an open area forbidden for everyone. So they've even clamped down on like running alone. I mean, I've heard you need to prove where you're going in a form. That's been bandied about the UK. Now, with regards to what plan they're following, it sounds like they're just following the standard NATO biological warfare plan. Yeah, because all this sort of letters saying where you're going and that's all part of that. In a warfare situation, that would be approved that you'd be doing something essential. Yeah, but it sounds like they're just rolling out as a way of, perhaps they're just getting us used to it. Mel, while you're talking about books, don't forget the graphic novel for V for Vendetta. You won't regret it. Right now, dude, V for Vendetta is looking a little bit like a future documentary. So, no. Oh. There are no Streamlab links in the show description. Right, okay, Jace, we're going to have to fix that. I know why that is, and we'll fix that for show description update. I'll take that on as a task. When it gets done, I don't know. But I'll take it on. Way! Yeah, the alerts are working. Not much, but a huge thank you for all the content. It doesn't matter that it's not much, Richard. Mate, you put a smile on my face. Yeah. Thank you for appreciating what I do here. Right, I've got some other people who've donated directly and we need to shout them out. Before I do, what have you done with the money, both? Both? Yeah, right. What's turned up today? The microphone is on its way. I won't be able to get that till the 21st, and I hope to bloody God the delivery driver doesn't throw it over the back fence like has become the standard way of delivering parcels right now. In fact, let me make a note. Add delivery note. In fact, he threw the PCI cards over the fence as well, so we'll see if they work. Mic order. So, right. Yeah, mic's on its way. Yeah, which means we're going to be reaching a stage. Right, that's not coming until like the 14th of April, but I have a feeling I'm still going to be doing these shows then. Yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to be doing these shows for a while yet. Yeah, let's call it, sort of future premonition from my European chatters. Okay? So, right. Mic's coming. That's the audio improved. Delivered today were 2 PCI cards, meaning I have got powered USB, yeah, for the Beast machine, which means the webcams, Bob and Rita, yeah, should be getting full juice. And I'm hoping, yeah, Sue will get back in the party because she's been out of the party since she couldn't keep up, okay? And there was a bit of a conflict between Sue and Rita, yeah. Bob was very disappointed about this because, you know, he wants them both to be happy. Yeah, so fingers crossed, Mel's going to be messing inside of a box later, pushing some cards in, wiggling it around a little. Yeah, a few cable ties, and hopefully, yeah, we will have Sue back in the party. Yeah, bare minimum, yeah, Bob and Rita will be fully functioning, full of energy, and it's going to be a good time. Yeah, so, more technology. I have the new graphics card for the other monitors in the in there, which it won't affect the live streams, but that's going to improve things in there for me. We've still got a situation with I've got the DSLR camera lined into the computer and I can connect it to the computer, but I need a capture card of some sort if I want to use it as a video input. Now, capture cards, decent ones, we're looking at about £150. So I'm still umming and ahhing about, right, do I get a capture card or do I invest that money in a 4K webcam? But I've decided to simply put that decision off for a week, okay, whilst we see how we go on the shows and that sort of stuff. But also, I want to see if these new USB cards, yeah, will get Sue back in the party. In which case, we don't need to dive on capture cards for the DSLR. So, that's where we are with technology. Mel later has got to basically dive into things, and yes, Mel's got to do technology stuff. Now, normally I let, normally I let Jace do the in-the-box technology stuff with cables and that sort of stuff, but I'm learning to be self-sufficient, and Jace will tell you, I'm a good student. Yeah, so, fingers crossed, next live show, if it all goes well, yeah, the pictures should be improved and these two should be getting full juice. If we're really lucky, Sue's back in the party, I can start working on 3 cameras. Yeah, so that's where we are on that stage. Right. I've got Zombicide Green Horde Kickstarter for solo gaming. Is Zombicide, Is Zombicide solo play? I've played Zombicide and that's brilliant. Courier left my £450 Sarissa order outside on the pavement today. Then again, they left my they left my graphics cards, yeah, primed it by the door. They knocked and ran away, which I think is becoming the standard delivery, and I don't blame them. With the amount of people delivery men, or delivery people, you know, sort of meet in a day. Yeah, leave it at the door, knock. When you hear I'm there, I'll see the door open. Do one, mate. I understand. Right, it's not Jace who's doing what you call it, the storytelling. Yeah, it's our Jez. In the UK, they've just made the fine for breaking the lockdown rules potentially unlimited. Right. Now I have some PayPal shout-outs to do. Then we're going to get cracked on with Clippity Clip. Don't snip, snip. Right. As always, Odin does this thing. He chips a couple of quid, or I think a quid each time we have a live stream. And he does it every live stream as his way of sort of like keeping me going. Thank you, Odin. So from our Odin, yeah, does mail run normally there in the UK? I have a chocolate egg with your name on it. Yes, it does, and please do send it. The kind that failed to arrive last year. Right, let's get that shipped. Yes, if someone's going to send me a chocolate egg. Wait, just a minute. It's not made of reindeer, is it? Odin, yeah, last time, yeah, a couple of years ago, he sent me a Christmas parcel. Yeah, and had like salami snacks in, and they were reindeer, and they had Rudolph on the packaging. So I didn't tell the kids what they were because it was all in foreign, and just gave them to the kids. And Corbin quite liked them. And so I said, "What?" He said, "Well, what is this?" And I went, "It's reindeer." It's literally Rudolph. The only storytelling Jace does is about the dodgy pubs and clubs he frequented in his wild days. Do you know what? Jace does open up occasionally, and I'll tell you this. Jace got an interesting past as our Jace. Some of the stories he did, it's like, right, okay. I can see why you have a calm life, sir. You did all that early on. Come on. Don't want speed test. I want PayPal. Thank you. Right, so massive thank you to our Odin there. Right, next one. Activity. Right, more shout outs to do because I do shout out. What you call it? Right, this is from Joshua P. Yeah, no message. He's just sent a £5 in. Thank you, Joshua. It's all going towards the kit list. Thank you, buddy. And yeah, Sean M. He sent 20 quid in. Nice one, buddy. Thank you. It's our Minty. Thank you, buddy. Right, I am caught up, I believe. Thank you, guys. It is incredibly appreciated. It really is, especially in this time. You know, things are up and down, but the main thing is you're supporting me, and you're supporting me by helping me improve the feed, because that's where all this money is going right now. Yeah, so we're going to get the tech stream up. We're going to be able to, for Mel to do his videos from home, and I'll be able to get loads more content for you. That's the battle plan. Right. Open that back up to my remote control. Right, let's switch down to close cam. There we go. Now we're settling into the build stage on this, so I'm going to put together a few pieces. We're going to do a little bit more clipping. I'm going to show you some Imperial Guard stuff and that sort of stuff, hopefully. And we'll just take it from there, guys. Hey, Bear. Right. More glue. Where's me lighter? Also, I'm going to eat Maltesers while we do it, because why the hell not? I was at some point wondering, you know, am I going to end up with these in a bowl with milk as breakfast? I've finished my last Elf Guard Blackguard. Dark Elf Blackguard. Now what do I do for the next 2 months? If you've finished your models, mate, you're winning. You're like the unicorn. But wise odd. But otherwise odd. Right, Odin. It's made of reindeer poo, this egg, isn't it? I used to story tell in the library for younger kids, and I used to go to the local primary school. Loved doing it as kids were ace. And I have a certain way with storytelling, if I say so myself. I bet you do. Right, Martin, who sounds like he's in the know. UK, take it from one who knows professionally. At present, the police are splitting up groups, but no mechanism in place to find people yet. Right, so they're using the threat of fines to keep people out and, you know, encourage people to do the right thing. Very Graph is asking, what's on my phone? It's the remote control for the feed, mate. Watch this. Face cam. Close cam. There you go. Right. Glue. So, working on this Necron Borg feel. I'm thinking we're going to need LEDs. Yeah, we're going to need... we can go candle lights and that sort of stuff. But I'm also thinking about light panels and that sort of stuff. So, there's lots to be played with on that count. Now, I'm putting together the generator pieces for Games Workshop. Yeah? Or the furnace ones, wherever they're called. And I'm not really worried about mold lines or anything like that because I'm taking this project really casual. Plus, I'm going to be texturing these up in the future, so it doesn't matter. Right, it looks like we've had another PayPaler. I think. But I'm doing these first. So if you want to get in on that shout out, get in now. Links down below. I also believe, and I have to do this myself, I've got to order some merch. I need some of this, some of this merch. Yeah, that we've done. Because I haven't ordered mine yet. Hey, Mazamundi's in. Hey, Dave. Just got back from Lidl. Survived. Restocked. My supermarket, they've got on the floor. Yeah, they've taped out squares for when you queue. So everyone stands in their own cube. So you're forced to socially distance. Right. Thinking about ordering that cushion in pink. Oh, yeah, I saw that last night. We've got to keep calm and crack on cushion. I do not want you keeping calm and cracking on with my face on a cushion. I know I love you. If you're doing a Borg themed terrain, you could make a lot of that texture out of sprue and crap. Yeah, I know. That's a good idea, actually. That's a very good idea. So we will adopt that idea, mate. I agree on the green cloaked Necron Borg themed Mechanicus. Yeah, that's the way I'm going. And Tom's back in. Who are all these people in my chat? You can't have the chat tonight, Tom. You can't do it, dude. It's not yours. I'm planning on doing a MASH 4077 board for Bolt Action Career. Any advice on making stable tents? Yes. Yeah. Give me 1 second. Oh. There you go. This is my 40k MASH tent. Yeah, based on the fact I was a medic, I used to put these tents up. Yeah, it needs a dust. It's horrifically dusty. But that's actually quite a good picture as well, isn't it? Just from a video point of view. Yeah. Now, I have got quite a bit in the collection, yeah, of little bits of, and I'll have to show you these things. I think we will, yeah, but there you go. Right, let me look at him, and I've actually got him smoking a fag if you look carefully enough. Go on, folks. So I've done loads of little things like that. So with regards to the tent tutorial, Google Corbania Prime Field Ambulance and just scroll through and you'll find an actual tutorial. Yeah, a written one. British Army 9x9. No, watch it. It's a 9x12. 4-man watch it. 4-man aid station. I mean, technically it should have the watcher. It should have the 9x9 attached to it. Yeah, for the command node that goes on with the FFR watchlet Landy. I'm dual traded radio operator as well. There's people in the chat who know exactly what I said there, and it's like I was speaking English to them. And everyone else is like, what the hell was that? Have mesh tents in 40Ks for those guardsmen are heretics. They should fight until dead, not run away to a medic. No, not true, mate. Not true. The Imperial Guard is actually quite a conventional army. I know they're often talked about as being like, you know, the sledgehammer and just the meat grinder. And often they're portrayed in the lore. But when you actually... I like the Guard books. Of all the 40K books, it's the Guard ones that I read the most. Yeah, I have an affinity with them. Yeah. And so... Scary medic. Right. Seeing all of this goodness makes me want to get into it even more. Come on in, Dennis. The water is lovely. I'm starting to realise I get quite a few people who watch just to watch and have something to watch that isn't TV. Yeah, now I know we do talk about the current crisis and that sort of stuff, but we talk about it in a sensible way. We're all doomed! Doomed, I say! All the Brits and everyone who watches Dad's Army knows that exactly. Right. You could do a Mechanicus Biologist type board. Bit biological, dark, weird trees, glowing green lights, mould and creeping vines. I actually like the idea of either the Mechanicum sort of experimenting with Necron technology they found, or, well, the Necrons, you know, they've got lots of little, like, bugs and things, you know what I mean, mechanical things. I was thinking, oh, perhaps a Mechanicum facility could get overtaken. So they don't like it, them up, they don't, not the cold steel. James saying the Guard are the best part of 40K. And the men and women with balls of steel and none of that fancy Power Ranger armour. Too true, too true. Who here plays bolt action, Joe is saying? I do. Gaunt's Ghosts is a brilliant series. Absolutely brilliant. And I might restart it. Oh, Mozza, but... Oh, God. Just had to. No, Mozza. No, Mozza, you got to send me a picture of that. Yes. Actually, that'd be quite good for my butt. No, calm down, Bose. Have a Malteser, for God's sake. Right. Yeah. Right, clippity clip. I'm paying God right now. Nice. If it's a... No, Martin, stop it. Urban cyber catch and kill team. Oh, I like that idea. We do play Bolt Action occasionally. Prefer Gates Vantaris. Do you know what? I've never played it. I've got the rule book, but I've not actually played the game. Right, we need the capsule tops for these. Come on, where are they? Ah, there they are. Cracking through the Commissar Kane books. Gaunt's Ghost are next on the list. I like Commissar Kane, yeah, but he's very much the Flashman of the 40k world. And if you don't know who Flashman is, go read the Flashman Chronicles. Yeah, because they're brilliant. I've no idea what you're talking about. I've never played 40k. That's okay. You don't need to know what we're talking about to enjoy the stream, mate. Yeah, you can ask questions and that sort of stuff. Listen, half of this whole thing is you guys chatting to yourselves in the stream. Yeah, now I do have a PayPal to shout out. But I want to clip these and just glue them onto me. Yeah, and then, you know, isolation, it's hard. Not the first. Jace, I ordered one yesterday. Oh, Diane's back. Hiya, Diane. I think she's trolling Tom. I think in isolation, Tom used to enjoy our streams and now Diane's joined in on them. And she's trolling Tom with cushions with my face on them. You go for it, Diane. I'm proud of you, darling. Right. I did a Mozart's Philo taker. No, that's wrong. That's just wrong. I've always watched them. I just don't normally talk. Right, long-time viewer, long-time watcher, first-time commenter. Well, welcome to the chat, Diane. You've been with us long enough to know how crazy this goes. Are you ever going to make a 3D map of another game? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm going to do lots of different things, but there was a play around with the idea of doing a Burma map. I'm actually quite interested in perhaps doing a 40k campaign map of some sort. I like maps. You know, generally I like maps in general. Yeah, and so being able to model them is a big thing for me, to be perfectly honest. And so I don't know. I like the idea perhaps of doing a campaign map because I love campaigns. I wrote a blog on it once called Going On Campaign. Ba 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 ba. Right. Did it? Yeah, that's good. Let's glue these together. Have a couple of Maltesers. Why did you say Burma? I say Burma because Burma was what you call it. Whereas I play Chindits for Bolt Action. It seems in Ohio no one plays tabletop games. They probably do. They just think everyone else doesn't either. Diane's on your Patreon. I do the one-off PayPals though. Damn, Diane's a hell of a supporter. Thank you, Diane. Armageddon had some pretty interesting maps in 40k land. I think I've got a few maps actually. I think we can use that for the wall. What is the utility knife you're using? Clippers, and then retractable. Other than that, I've got my Leatherman. Right, we have a PayPal to shout out. Oh, nice one, Paul. Verify my identity. Paul's been an absolute stunner. Yeah, Paul D, thanks for helping everyone stay calm. Am I really helping you to stay calm? Really? Well, if I am, no worries, mate. No worries at all. I would rather consider myself a distraction. Some people would label me an agitator, I think. But above all, if I distract you from the madness of the world and give you a little bit of sense, yeah, we are going to get through this, folks. It is going to change things. And you know what? I think they're going to change things for the better. Yeah, if I'm 100% honest, if this does one thing, yeah, perhaps it's a kick up our arses. Yeah, for us to actually look after people, because I'm hearing a lot of people and a lot of politicians talking about caring about people. Yeah. And I think they're starting to realise, and I think ultimately we all know that this touches everyone. Money doesn't get you out of this. Yeah, it might get you a little bit more safety and a bit more comfort, but ultimately, yeah, if you want to be part of the world, it doesn't get you out of this. Yeah, not for a long time by the looks of it. And I am damn sure there are some people bunkered down in their bunkers. Yeah, but it is a tiny minority. Yeah. I also think it's going to make people, sort of hold politicians to account. Yeah. A lot of people have suddenly got interested in politics, and they're not interested in Brexit politics. They're interested in sort this out politics. Like, we're not messing. Yeah, and politicians, I'm hearing wonderful things. I know there's some, and I know politics will always be problematic. And I know there's countries out there that are slower than others. But what I'm hearing from people who didn't previously speak that way, it's positive. Okay? Right. Cajun saying Spanish flu introduced the idea of public healthcare systems into the world. Well, yeah, because they saw the need from it from Spanish flu. Perhaps this is, right. I mean, essentially, the governments are looking at doing universal healthcare, and they're all in some way looking at a universal basic income. All of a sudden, they're talking a lot about mental health of isolation. Now, in my country, yeah, mental health services, because trust me, I know about this stuff. I've accessed them plenty. Yeah, mental health services have been cut back to the bone. And now it's like, it's a priority. We're seeing volunteer systems set up as well. Yeah, and there's a lot of good being done. And I think that's community spirit. We didn't have that. That went. So, I'm not doom and gloom over this. I mean, it's going to be no doubt getting out of this and dealing with it afterwards. It's not going to be the easiest thing to do, but it's going to be easier than going through it. Clearly. Yeah, and I think people are going to have a different mindset. And I think also the fact is, there's been a lot of war in the world. Do you know what I mean? We've lost a lot of lives, and a lot of that has been needless. And I'm talking over the last century. Yeah, living memory, not just the past couple of years. I have friends who aren't with me now because of what I consider unneeded wars. Yeah. And over the century, we've lost a lot of people. I think because this is going to hit everyone around the world, perhaps we can keep our fingers crossed. And the only actual wars we see are on the bloody tabletop where they should be, eh? So, fingers crossed. Keep looking onwards, because we will get through this. And we can, and we are. Okay? We're having a wobble. Been there loads of times, folks. Yeah, you wouldn't believe the wobbles I've had. Yeah, but here I am. Here we are, doing what we do. Yeah, you do get through it. Trust me. I've wobbled more times than Mr. Men, Mr. Wobble. Yeah, the jelly dude. Tanya, do not draw that. Jace, do not commission that. The worst part of this is I work from home, so I don't go out much, and I do not have a problem with that until I look down. Now that I can't go out if I want to, it feels odd. Yeah, change of pace does feel odd, but remember, you are allowed out in certain situations, and you should plan that. Yeah. Look, I know in the UK, yeah, we're essentially talking about you're allowed to go out once to exercise. Plan that once. Even if you don't exercise, just decide, I'm going to go for a walk down this street, or I'm going to drive to there where it's nice and quiet, and I'm going to walk the dog. Yeah? Any of those sort of things, they're good for your mental health. They're good for your health in general. Yeah, it's why I am conscious that even though I should isolate and that sort of stuff, yeah, I need to get out in the daylight. I don't have in fact, I don't really have a back garden. I have a couple of paving slabs and then a gate. Yeah, and so it's important for me to get out and be in the sun and that sort of stuff. So you need to plan that into your day and make it a bit of a routine, because it really does help with the mental health. Trust me, as someone who's gone through a lot of stuff, yeah, that will help you if you're not used to being isolated. Yeah, another one is don't get comfortable in isolation. Don't think of it as slob mode. Yeah, I almost dripped into that. Yeah, what you've actually got to think with isolation is you're living at home. Yeah, so, get up, have a wash, don't make your first meal of the day a box of Maltesers. Yeah, don't pour your Maltesers into a bowl, add milk and say, sod it, it's the apocalypse. Yeah, no matter how much it may seem like it's Christmas and it might be a good idea to start the day off with a wine, no. Yeah, start it with an orange juice, or start it with a coffee or a tea and a slice of toast. If you don't have anything to do and you're essentially laid off, yeah, and you can't work from home, but you've got to be at home, come up with a list of little jobs that need doing around the house, and make sure every day you tick one of them off. Yeah, so you're going to have this time. Yeah, don't just sit your arse in front of Netflix. Yeah, have it as a little job. Tick it off first, then relax afterwards. At least that way you won't feel guilty about just sitting on your backside. Okay? These are all little coping mechanisms I've had to come up with dealing with not being able to go outside because of, in the past because of my mental health. So, I've heard that people are renting dogs out. Yeah, I can imagine that. Different Gear says we're only allowed to take the dog out for a walk, no going out for walks or runs. Right. Ice Dragon's asking me a technical question. Right. Ice Dragon is asking, how do you do lighting for a table and not have shadows on what you're working on? Right. Basically, my table is lit using diffuse light. There's no lamps or anything pointing at my table at all. Yeah. What I've actually got is I've got one of those and I've got one of those, mate. And now they're just cheap studio lights. I got them off Amazon. Yeah, I think I got them in a set with a green screen and everything, and it cost me £80. And I've got 4 sets of lights for £80 on tripods with reflectors. I'm only using 2 of them, and even 2 of them is a bit of overkill, I'm thinking at the minute. But they have diffusers on them, which are those sort of screens. Okay? So that they stop what you call the light being direct light, and they make it more like a soft light. Okay? And the next thing is I'm bouncing the light off the ceiling rather than straight at the table. So all my light is sort of bouncing all over the ceiling, and it's bouncing in all different directions, which is when you look at my table, you can see I've got a general sort... Sorry, I've got to move the cam. You can see I've got a sort of general shadow there. Yeah, and there's a little shadow around here. Now, the general shadow here is actually from my monitors, the light on my monitors casting this way. But with regards to this stuff that's closer to me, yeah, if I bring that there, yeah, you can see that there's a little shadow here off the monitor, but generally it's well lit. I can hold it up and, I can show it to you without any glare. And so that's how I'm handling the lights, mate. Hope that helps you. Right. Dressed up for a business phone call today, even though no one was going to see me but myself, just to get in the mindset. A lot of it is mindset stuff, to be truthful. Hang on, that picture's just improved as my monitor's dimmed. Yeah, and gone into night mode. Right. US hardware stores are mostly open. Big DIY, Home Depot, Lowe's, almost everywhere. The smaller stores are letting in a few folks at a time. I think that's what we'll get to be truthful. That's the way we're moving. Right. How much painting under the light? Under the lights. How is painting? It's perfectly clear, mate. I can see this model clearly, you know, with my eyes. Yeah, and I could quite comfortably paint with this. And the other thing is, it's a natural white light, so it's quite neutral. I think it's slightly cold, to be truthful, when it comes to colour temperature. That's what I want to do tonight as well. I want to come up with an Amazon wish list for books and stuff, so you guys can buy me books. Because I want to learn more about light and things, and I want to share that information with you. Because it makes me happy. I like helping people. I like educating them. And helping them with their hobby. So you help me learn, I'll teach it to you. Grounding and mindful exercises can also help. Yeah, that's true. That's our Sam. Sam, are you a mental health nurse? Or just a general nurse? Or a paediatric one? Insane's off. Catch you later. Right, we can start talking about him now. Yeah, I love this stuff. Alright, let's keep going. We used that light setup for our Thursday night hobby hangouts. Cheap, but great for hobby work. Yeah, they genuinely are. And what I was really surprised with is they use next to no electricity. Yeah. Mental. That'll be helpful, Sam. Because I is mental. Mel, I sent you a message on Patreon. I'll check it out, mate. I need to engage with Patreon. I'm a little bit behind in my admin, to be truthful. So it is on the job list, but I'll catch up with that. You don't get a book until we get Terrain Essentials. You don't get. All right, that's a fair comment. All right, I cannot argue with that. All right, I won't put the books up until I've done the book. That's a legitimate comment. That's not what I thought you'd say. Question. What kind of games do you play where you use the scenery? 40k and bolt action. 40k is the main one for this one, but there's a whole load of generic 40k sort of games, sort of stuff. Right, let's do something big. Now I've got all the girders and that sort of stuff. I'm saving these for later in the project. But what if the book helps Mel with Terrain Essentials? No, I know everything I want to tell you in Terrain Essentials, and most of it's written. And what isn't written is bullet point. Oh, I got the hickey pups. It's bullet pointed, so chillax. Alright, let's do this big one. Hey Mel, can you tell me the most effective way to use DAS air drying clay for little added parts such as dirt mounds and something to that effect on my terrain models? Best tip I can give you with that, mate, is just pre-wetting. Yeah, if you're going to be mounting if you're going to be using DAS modelling clay to do small area earth substructures, yeah, so making little bumps in roads and that sort of stuff and on bases, use small amounts. Because with it being air drying, it does shrink and it can crack. Yeah, but the key thing is to wet the surface you're attaching it to. It will, it will dry up even with a few seconds in the air, and that can make it difficult to stick to surfaces. If you wet the surface, when you push the DAS in, what happens is it sort of softens it, wets it, turns it to wet clay. That soaks into the surface and then it grips it. Now you can have problems if you're laying that down on onto plastic or a surface which is impervious. And if you're doing that, don't wet it with water, wet it with PVA, mate. There you go. Sorted. Dead Zone, Necromunda and Kill Team. Yeah. Right. Did you know I'd be in the air to Adepticon right now? Gutted. Absolutely gutted. Oddly enough, I'm getting more done now, even though my life hasn't changed much. Must be the hobby spirit of others right now. It's infectious. It is. I'm seeing it across the board. You know, and you do get these things. You do get people getting into a routine, and I'm hoping with you guys, with me doing it 2 hours every night, I'm hoping you guys get into the sort of, well, I'm going to sit with Mel, and I'm going to, even if it's not wargaming or terrain, you know, even if you're just, I don't know, making soap sculptures or just sketching, the idea of putting, putting 2 hours aside, yeah, just for hobby a night, I think it's a good thing. Because let's be honest, for most of us, our evenings are often stick in front of the TV, and I used to call it the methadone box, because I used to when you visit families and friends and stuff like that, I used to watch them just sitting staring at it like they were on methadone or something, like, you know, just out of it. And so I've never been a big fan of TV, to be truthful. Yeah, so if listening to me ramble and talk the shit I do, yeah, gets you guys sitting in one place for 2 hours and doing a bit of hobby, that's a win. Let the hobby spirit be the pandemic. No, tell you what, let humanity be the pandemic. I think that's more important. And hobby's in there with that. But we need music, and we need laughter, and we need love, and we need to care. We need to be human instead of machines. 9 to bloody 5. Working in a place where most of us are just numbers. I've been really lucky, to be truthful. Yeah, these years to have to work for you guys and not be a number. Well, unless it's my YouTube channel ID. In which case, I'm still a number to YouTube. Yeah, but I'm Mel to you guys, and, you know, it does you good. Light it, shoot it, retouch it. Learn step by step how to go from empty studio to finished images. Voices that matter. What's that? Nottingham, I have no idea what that comment was about. Jace is enjoying being part of Mel's Isolation Reach. We're the Isolation Reachers. The Terrainiac community is big and large, but you buggers who join me on the live shows, we are the Isolation Reachers. I am not a number, I am a free man. I remember. There's our Tanya. Hello, darling. Right, we need to, Jace, tomorrow, yeah, book on Amazon, right, okay. Tomorrow, Jace, we need to have a merch session for an hour. Yeah, we need to sort the merch, and then I want graphics that I can sort of load up on screen. Yeah, to sort of show off the merch and that sort of stuff. Because we are the Isolation Reachers. And in this situation, I fully endorse, yeah, an Isolation Reach cushion to cuddle. I am not a number, I am a free man. I am Maiden. No, it's not I am Maiden. It's the prisoner. That was where it came first. Cat, don't you dare. No, Tan, I have not authorised that. I have not authorised the Mr. Man Wobbly Jelly Mel. No. You see, this is what happens when my moderators start ganging up on me. They start coming in, and first it's one, then it's two, and once they get about a gang of 3 or 4, they start to feel all confident. They don't do it when it's just them on their own, yeah? But the moment there's a gang of them, 3 or 4 of my moderators in the chat, that's it. It's pick on Mel time. Mel, as you're yammering, I'm cleaning up my hobby space. Lord knows it needs it. Do it, dude. Yeah, I like tidying. It goes back to the army. Yeah. When you're cleaning your block and that sort of stuff, it's often really relaxed. It's a good time to banter. The pressure's off. And so, for me, it was always a relaxation time. And cleaning always gives you a real good satisfaction. If you're going to do anything, we've still got a couple of weeks of spring left, guys. If you're stuck at home with nothing to do, give your hobby area a spring clean. Mickey saying, love watching Mel. No worries, mate. No worries at all. Yeah, it's The Prisoner, but they use it at the beginning of The Prisoner by Iron Maiden and also the lyrics. Is that right? Okay, I stand corrected. A clean workspace helps your brain work clearer, especially with small parts. What are you saying about my parts? Cat, I don't care what you think, how good you think it was, and it was worth the trouble. No. Are your moderators bullying you? Do you feel isolated on your live streams? Do you need moderator line? Here to support YouTubers from moderator bullying. At some point, my moderators will respect my authority. I'm now going to look at the screen and just watch them. Yeah, just start laughing at me. Okay, can you put a moderator in time? I can put a moderator in time. Ooh. Ooh. And Tanya's just woke up. We were wondering when you'd be waking up, darling. Yeah, now that's the big generator, but yeah, I'm keeping it sort of like, I don't want to put the holes on it yet because I'm wondering about something like that. Yeah. Oh no. Right, let it bloody glue first. Numpty. Done it again. Right, there we go. Yeah. When my new laptop arrives, I'll be reorganising my hobby workbench so the current laptop can go in there. Yeah, that makes sense. When it comes to your mods, resistance is futile. Jesus, you're right there. So, does this mean we can get the Mel body pillow and the undergarments? No ornament undergarments, but if you want a pillow to cuddle. And do you know what? I'm going to be jumping on Teespring tomorrow and ordering me and Jace some samples. Tanya, can you let me know your address, please? And also, Jace, do me a favour. Yeah, we need to ping over to Dave, and he needs it. The other thing is, I've been reached out to by a couple of people. And one of them is Dave Marshall. Yeah, from TM Terrain. Yeah, the guy who did the Tower of London thing. He said what I'm doing is really brilliant, and he's asked, can he come on the screen and share some of the things he's learned. Yeah, so what I'm going to be doing is, as this is going to be going on, and as I look at the world, I think I'm going to be looking at doing this stream for a couple of months. Yeah, in all honesty, guys, let's be realistic. Yeah, so I'm going to be reaching out to various hobbyists and bringing them on. Yeah, to sort of do host sort of half hours sharing their hobby tips as well. So it's not just going to be chatting along. Yeah, if this is going to be going on for a while, let's make it something special. And also, before I invite people on, I want to get to the stage where I can do something with the broadcasting and the cameras, so I can record that bit and also put it out as content for you. So you'll get like a Dave Marshall video where Dave and Mel. And I want to reach out to a lot of other people. Yeah, I want to reach out to Luke APS, Bill. Yeah, Terrainaholic. Yeah, Luke Towin. Jeremy, over at Black Magic Craft. And I'd like to do live streams. Yeah, maybe see if Mike would like to come in on it and we can re-kick him as well. Even if it just as a guest. Yeah? But that's my plan. And that's what I want to do with the Keep Calm and Crack On show. Okay? Yeah. Listen, let's just say this first week is Mel sorting the technology that Mel can do what he needs to do with you guys regularly from home. Boom chicka wow wow. Yeah? So that's the battle plan for this week. Next week, technology-wise, I'm going to start looking in how to bring in guests, okay, and record the content that I'm streaming whilst I'm streaming live, okay? That involves settings in OBS, settings and maybe technology on my computer I might need to get in, such as capture cards. So links down below. If you want this to happen, we may need to really update the technology to make it happen, okay? So if you really do enjoy this and you want that to happen, that's what supporting this stream means. Real Terrain Hobbies does some awesome boards. Yes, he does, and he has reached out to me in the past. So let's look at getting him on as well. Don't forget Luke AP. No, I mentioned him first off. But yeah, just if you catch him, if you see them, let them know Mel's thinking along this. Yeah, that's what we're thinking of doing. So if you'd like that and you'd like to support it, guys, links are down below, and you are supporting something that is going to be keeping you going for months. And in fact, I'm going to keep you go for as long as lockdown goes on. So if lockdown goes on for a year, this is where I am for you guys. Okay? Tanya's saying no video. Let me check. I'm online. It says streaming. Right. Yeah, everyone else is saying everything looks fine my side, so we haven't lost the stream. Chase, I think at some point we should look at also having a little Skype sort of tele remote, so you can be a moderator in the chat as well and actually on the stream, so you can handle things when I go for a wee like we used to in the studio. Yeah, I am okay for a wee. We are good. Right. Clippity clip, more stuff. Let's throw these generators together. I've got plenty of pipes, we've got lots of ancillary stuff. What we need to do now is just finish off these last sort of generator bits, and then I can start assembling sub-assemblies and that sort of stuff. I live in the States, Maryland. It looks like we're in it for the long haul. I don't know, but I am making a promise to you guys, yeah? I'll be here all the way through the lockdown. Every night. Okay? Because it's what Mel does. You got me to this stage. Yeah, you got me the tech. You got me to this stage, this amount of subscribers. You know, you supported me and the family through difficult times. Yeah. My what you call it? My turn. With your support, obviously. But I'm really hoping, yeah, we can get Sue back in on the party. Because Rita and Bob have been really missing her. Lots of guests can be had. Yeah, I think good. Can we get Mr. Taylor in? Yeah, well, obviously, I already said we'll get Dave in. Yeah, and I think, you know, we can use this as a way of updating people with books and stuff like that. I like that idea. But that's going to be my task for next week. I do have book work to do. You know, me and Dave do have Dave and Jace do have a project to finish. Yeah, so... But yeah, we're going to... I mean, it's taken me what's this? This is my 4th live stream. The first one was an absolute car crash, wasn't it? Yeah, and we ended up having to end it early. Second one, we did webcams, I think. Yeah, after that, we got the beast in, and it's looking all right. And I'll be honest with you, this isn't even pushing the computer. So I'm confident with where we're going with this. The prefect, howdy Mal, hello dude. We could even advertise in advance and get questions sent in. Yeah, if we're going to do the guest thing, yeah, I think we do a week with a couple of guests, i.e. you and Dave, Jace. Yeah, and then once we know that it's working and it's all, you know, once we know it's solid, then we start, I say we start with, you know, we do it like a Wednesday and a Saturday as the guest stuff. Yeah, I see your comment, Jace. Jace, we need a better way of commenting internally, dude. Okay, let's talk about that tomorrow. I just want to get this. We're all really organised for all you guys. You know what I mean? So we can make it a really good show. Whilst I get the jobs finished and we crack on with lockdown. Yeah, that's the battle plan. Gerard Boom at Shifting Sands? Most definitely. I've got some of Gerard's tools in. I don't know what happened to his book. I backed it. I can't give him any criticism. He backed my book and I haven't got mine to him yet. So I'm not going to give him any grief over it. Yeah, or it might have gone to the old house. We don't know. Yes. If you want to talk a bunch of folks for the gaming industry, I worked for FFG up until a couple of months ago. And a bunch of us were fans of your work. Actually, John Schaefer, is it? The guy who runs the miniature side. He's a fan. I had a chat with him at Adepticon last year. So if he's still there, I might reach out to him. But yeah, let's do this. Let's do this really properly. Yeah? What about a wargaming focus, more wargaming? Winter's SEO has some interesting thoughts on how much terrain you need in 40k. Might be insightful. At the end of the day, I'm sure we'll have no limits of guests. I do have 140,000 subscribers. I think people, you know, I think people are going to want to jump on board and chat. And anyway, I think generally people are going to want to jump on board and chat on a Mel show anyway. Started seeing major sales from miniature companies. I think, you know, they are feeling the pinch. I think they will be looking to liquidate stock while they figure out what goes on and what support. You've got to remember, a lot of the miniature companies, they're small businesses, so, you know, sole trader sort of things and small limited companies with, you know, so they're going to be hit hard staffing and that sort of stuff wise and wages. So I think we will see, you know, sales from those people. Do an Adepticon themed live stream at the weekend. We can revisit the tables of Adepticon at the weekend, I think. Does Winter's SEO even do stuff outside his paid for thing? I don't know. To be truthful, I haven't watched Winter's in years. I used to years ago when I did 40k, but I haven't watched him since, to be perfectly honest. I see his videos come up in the feed and recommended, obviously. So I don't know what his sort of like, how he operates his channel, if you know, financially and that sort of stuff. So I can't really comment on that. Could reach out to Duncan Rhodes via Twitter. Now he's free from GW. I did drop him a comment on his latest video and said, "Hey up, dude, do you remember getting drunk with me at at Hank's penthouse party, end of Adepticon?" We'll see if he comes back. How long does coronavirus live on resin? I think the more impervious the surface, the longer it lives, and 3 days is the most I've heard. I like a community where you can ask questions and you get a good honest feedback. It's what we're about. If honestly, yeah, that's what this channel has always been about, being honest. And the long-time viewers will tell you I am honest about a lot. Yeah, we have had some fucking hell, I'm going to even swear, Jesus Christ, can you actually think about some of the things I've talked with you guys about over the years? It's been good. You've been good. You've been good for me. Right, Jace is saying, yeah, 3 days max on most surfaces is current thinking. All right, it's nice to check those facts. Do you know what I mean? Please, everyone, I know we're saying checking facts on this live stream. Don't treat this live stream as your news source. Please get your news from official sources. Don't get it from Karen on Facebook. And if she mentions chakras, just don't. Clippity clip, don't bite back. I'm thinking I might put my headphones on, put a little bit of Spotify on, get in the mood. Boom chicka wah wah. Would you ever consider guests that make different kind of miniatures? I learn a lot from... Yeah, I would. I'd like to have the dollhouse makers on and that sort of stuff, because I think there's a lot to learn from other hobbyists. Now, the fact is that if a hobbyist is sitting there and watching a War Games terrain maker and they're learning things, then they're doing something I'm interested in. If they're using my stuff on something else, I want to know what sort of tools, or I want to know what sort of techniques they use and what sort of surfaces they paint on and how they protect it. I want to know their thoughts on how they approach builds. Because it might not be 100% relevant, but even if it's 5% relevant, that improves our hobby. So I'd like to get the railroad people on, yeah? I'd like to get the dollhouse makers on. I'd like to get the 3D digital artists on as well, because I know I'm followed by quite a lot of those, because I get emails from them telling me about how they do it as a break from work, because they basically build digitally all the time at work, and so they actually build physical models at home to actually build something real. I produced the same, but I did a massive Barbie house for my little one. I think we do, Craig. You know, we do sort of adapt to what we need. Then again, you also run a laser cutting company. Just check my notifications and make sure I am not missing anyone. No. No PayPal's are the shout out, so we're sorted on that account. Let me down, folks. Where's my dinglings? Supposed to be putting smiles on my face. That's my job here. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. I'm going to emotionally blackmail you. For just £2, you can keep Mel in Maltesers. £2 a day will keep him in a box a day. And his breakfast is sorted. Right, let's get these put together and glued together, eh? Terrifying. What's terrifying? Me with Maltesers. Right. Throw those down there. I like hear ideas on using hot glue in terrain builds. Yeah. Nice B Mozza. I'm a railway modeller and I'm in the model railway trade. It's what I use. Do you want a picky? Yeah, in due course, mate. No rush. Some point I'll come and see it. Special effects industry. Yeah, that's true. And people who are doing film and stuff like that and animation. Because the modelling is used in their backdrops. So, I think, I think it's doable. And my mission on it is next week I'm going to prepare it. Yeah? And that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, by prepare it, I mean, we'll look again at any technology we need. I'll learn how to do it. Yeah, we'll test it out. And once we're 100% sure, well, I'll reach out and start scheduling things. Yeah? Because I think it'd be good for me and it'd be good for you guys. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. Actually, I haven't. I've got a Mechanicum generator in my hands. Mel, are you considering getting a 3D printer? Yes, I am. In fact, now literally might be the time. In fact, I don't have time to learn 3D printing and fine tune it and that sort of stuff. So no, that's wrong. I think as soon as I've got the book done, yeah, I will. Right, Jace, question from Mr. Blue. Have we covered how tall the average isolation peak reach will be, or how the tall building storing tall terrain can be a challenge? Yeah, it's going to be bloody massive, mate. Yeah, this is an element, and I was going to show you this tomorrow. Yeah, but this is an element from the from one of the builds. Now, as you can see, it starts here and it finishes on my face cam here. Yeah, so if I pull this, I'm going to have to pull this back a bit. Yeah, now it's made out of the Mantic terrain crate bits. Yeah, oh, you can see it all. Now this is one tower, okay, of a large sort of facility. Yeah, you'll see it tomorrow, guys. But it's made out of the Mantic terrain crate battle zone sort of stuff. It's 3x3 modular tiles that you essentially clip together. Yeah, so oh, the glue ran on that one, didn't it? Jesus wept. Yeah, now each one meaning that each of these sections is 3 inches. So the floor at the very top of the platform, yeah, where this sort of extends from, is a foot tall. And I reckon with the extra bits that are going to be coming out and that sort of stuff, we're going to be looking at the tallest building realistically being about 18 inches. Now, overall, I'm looking at an average height of 9 to 12 inches. Yeah, I like big terrain. Now, with regards to storing terrain, I'm not really worried. It's my own set. It's going on display. Yeah. Have you seen the models from Blade Runner 2049? That just blows your mind. Yeah, the film set stuff is brilliant. Do you need 3D stuff? I could do with sci-fi Mechanicum 3D stuff. I could do, yeah, with some skull motifs, Mechanicum skull motifs that I can bang out with this. What type of glue do you guys use? Revel Contactor. Yeah, plastic glue from Revel. The tower I posted on your Facebook Messenger is just under 2 foot. It's Jesus. Then again, I've built big terrain. Yeah. What I want is I like height in my games and I like functionality in my terrain. I don't like the terrain just looking pretty and playing around it. I like to play with my terrain. Your Amazon... Oh shit. The mic's arriving tomorrow. It said April. Oh God, don't throw it over the bloody... I need to update and leave a delivery note on that. That's going to be urgent. I've got to do that urgently so I don't forget. Right, so we've got the glue on. But hopefully we should have a new microphone tomorrow. Assuming the delivery driver doesn't throw it. Right. That's that one done. Recently saw a kill team report on a several-story tower board. It's quite fun watching. It was Tyrannids against Imperial Guard in a tower, much larger than that tower Mel just showed. K-Jan, can you email me a link for that, please? Don't post it in the chat. Just email it to theterraintutor@gmail.com. Yeah, exactly the same as the channel name, The Terrain Tutor. just at gmail.com. Not that one doesn't go there. You're the reason I got into terrain building. You've been a massive help with those tutorials. Can't wait to finish my first scene. Thank you, good sir. Hey Paul, it's what I'm here to do, and you put a smile on my face, buddy. Thank you. Why not let him post, if I may ask? I might. It'll get blocked by spam, mate. You should see High Peak Pass in real life. That's tall. It is a bit, yeah. But High Peak Pass wasn't the tallest. We never actually gave it a name, did we? But the Frostgrave board. I mean, Jesus wept. I had to stand on something to paint the top of it. Right, bugger. That doesn't belong there. Where does that belong? There. Right, so in which case, what have I missed? That. That was shocking. You snapped it off the sprue boat, you rebel. I don't care anymore. Hey Mel, light on the whiskey? I'm a vodka drinker, to be perfectly honest. Can I just say thank you, guys? I know you're tuning in to watch me and you're appreciating me, but I appreciate you too. Yeah, it's good to me to have this many people to chat with. I mean, we're getting figures now that we never got before. Yeah, and I can see this thing just only growing as we get into more interesting stuff and get more people on. Yeah, and I have a feeling that I may start an earlier show as well. Yeah, sort of an afternoon show. But I might do, what you call it, I might do storytelling. I'm not sure yet. I might explore that. Like spike? Yeah, give us a like spike. Come on, guys. Let's do this. Instead of ticking along, let's make these sessions special. You know, something like we sort of put a smile on our face and look forward to. Go on, smash it. Smash the like button. I've never asked anyone to do that before on a live stream. In the 7 years I've been doing this. Hammer it. Absolutely hammer that button. Right. Why call this structure terrain? Terrain is land features. The name terrain comes from, for buildings, comes from, what you call it, the fact that terrain in wargaming is the tabletop we play across. And that tabletop includes landmass features and scenic features, such as things that grow on the landmass and man-made structures that are constructed on the landmass. In wargaming terms, all these elements are broadly grouped together in they're either called terrain or scenery, okay? But it's just terminology. I'm going to check that out. Thank you, K-Jan. And the kill team battle rep on the tower with the Terrainiacs against the garden. For those of you who don't know 40k, yeah, I know Glacial Gleek, who's the person who's done it. He does good videos. It might be an interesting one for you to go and get a watch and understand how we use this stuff. Yeah, but it's called Terrainiacs versus Astra Militarum. Warhammer 40k kill team. In fact, tell you what, just copy it off the screen. because you're not going to remember me that by word. Question from G Cardinal. What is the main reason why you do what you do? Looking for inspiration. I do it because I get joy from sharing and helping people. I originally started the channel as a way of reconnecting with people and being a little bit more productive after a mental breakdown. Yeah, and I seem to have a knack for making people feel relaxed and have fun, and I know a little bit about making terrain, so people support me in it. So what became essentially a way of rehabilitating myself became a bit of a life mission, to be truthful. I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. Let's throw that on there. Pipety pipe. Really need to do this on the desk so you can see what I'm doing. They look like chicken feet on the desk. They do, don't they? They're supposed to attach onto like there. Yeah, but I have other plans for them. Wow. Maltesers. I need Maltesers. I can't stand the name for Imperial Guard. They'll always be Imperial Guard to me. Are you going to return to the regular terrain videos? Can't wait for the regular dose of whatchamacallit. Yes, I am, mate. Yeah, obviously, I've been recovering from ill health just after, I moved into a new home. We've got a global pandemic on. So, but yeah, I am. I'm actually part of the digital setup, and why I'm asking you for your support is because I'm going to start using this setup in a larger studio setup to record my videos, so it makes it easier for me to film videos. So when I ask you for the PayPals and stuff like that, that's genuinely about getting support to make the terrain videos and everything. Oh, I see a PayPal in. Now listen guys, we have got 15 minutes. This is your last opportunity. If you have enjoyed the last 2 hours, if you can, please consider supporting it. Yeah, because you are only going to make it better, because that's what I'm spending the money on. Improving this. Thank you, Jace. What are the evil plans? Not telling you. So, folks, have you had a good time? Let me know in the chat. It's helpful to me to actually know that, you are actually enjoying this. So if you had a good time, give me a hell yeah. Have you enjoyed the past 2 hours? Hell yeah in the comments. Fill my chat box. Calm down. Face cam. Right. You're right. This is where you buggers leave me in the cold. Dan saying, hell yeah, good time, hell yeah. That's it, that's it. Keep it coming. Come on. Give me my hell yes. Let me know that doing this, you're enjoying it. Because it's going to make me look more forward to it more. It's going to give me more energy for it. It's going to give me more energy for sorting out these PCI cards I've got to do after this. Yeah, connecting cables. Yes. You better make sure I get to meet up with you on the next visit rather than the stealth visit last time. Tanya will be staying at my house next time she stays over with a guest mate, and we'll be having a party, and hopefully we'll get Dave over as well. We are planning it. We need Tanya over for Melcon, so if we need to fly her over, we need to sort that. Yeah. You're part of the TTT team now, Tanya. Hell frickin' yeah. I like that. I like that. Right, I do have a PayPal to shout out. And this is from Martin. He sent a $5 in. I'll see if there's a quick message. Thank you, Martin. Look, we're finishing on a massive smile, and that's what we need. Yeah, I think that's really positive for us. I'm seeing interesting terrain on the shelf behind you, the white stuff. Hey. I knew there'd be disaster. That's my good stuff. That's my good stuff. Yeah, no message from Martin C. Yeah, And a message on the screen from me as well. Thank you, Martin. It is really appreciated. Right. Got the kill team report. We've got everything. You guys have had a good show. I've had a good show. Yeah. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, on Isolation's Reach. It's been a brilliant show, guys. It really has. Yeah, I've had a laugh. Hopefully you guys have had a laugh. We are going to crack on with this. And no matter what the world wobbles, over in here, we're just going to keep calm and crack on and have a laugh. Because that's what we do. We're Terrainiacs. And you folks, you are a special group in my Terrainiac community. You're my Isolation Reachers. So, Reachers, see you tomorrow, 9 o'clock UK time. Ta-da. Oh, you could screen capture that. That's going to end up... Oh, God. In for a penny, in for a pound. See you later, folks. Ta-da. Right. I need... Where's... I'll leave you chatting for a moment. Bye-bye.